Ladies and gentlemen, C3 here back to a brand new video. I'm once again late to the party. I do apologize. Final Four happened this past weekend. Final Four games are on Saturday. The national championship game was Monday night. Um, Unfortunately, I had a very busy week with work. Essentially had almost three doubles in a row. Um, it is now Thursday night at 10 p.m. So I am a couple of days late, obviously, to discussing these basketball games. I do apologize about that. And I kind of forgot about it all day today. I should have done this morning, but I did not. Let's go ahead and get into the end of March Madness. It's already over. I feel like it just started, man. And it sucks because, college football is on till the winter. Same with college basketball. My two favorite sports are out. NBA playoffs are arriving. It's not too bad. The Masters this week, though. I'm not a big fan of golf, hockey, baseball, but nothing really gets me fired up like college sports. Sort of a bittersweet ending to me. As those of you that don't know, I am a Duke fan. You can see here they lost. Let's go ahead and get into this Florida Auburn game. Once again, Florida was down at the half, and once again, Florida came back swinging in the second half. And honestly, that second half, despite this game only being a 6-point game, that second half was Florida's game. They were playing tough. Auburn seemed like they were gassed at the end of the game, and Florida just put their foot on their throat and did not let up. Both teams shooting decently from the field goal range. Florida 47%, so almost 50% from field goal range. Auburn only 28% from 3 pointers. That's really hurt them. 38% from Florida, a lot better. Both teams shooting around 70% free throw range. Not that great, honestly. Florida out rebounding Auburn by 9. Very high turnovers for both teams. John Broome had 15 points. However, he did not really perform well late in the game. As you know, Florida has two very tall centers. I mean, this guy's like 6 foot. Sorry, 7 foot. This guy's also like 7 foot. They got another dude that's really tall. And it seemed that they were really putting a box around John Broome, and he got tired late. Lake Missouri had 18 points. He shot well, 4 of 7. Jones only shot 1 of 5. Kelly was 2 of 7. Pettiford 0 of 4, 1 of 6 from field, so he did not have himself a good game. Auburn just too little, too late. Like I said, and if they ran out of gas, so Florida wins. And this game at first was a nail biter. Um, it was Duke and Houston going at it tooth and nail. The only thing that was keeping Houston in the game early were turnovers. See, well, actually, honestly, Duke only had 7 turnovers, but most of the turnovers came over early. Houston, 18 offensive rebounds. They had like 7 in the first maybe 10 minutes. It was insane. Um, but Duke always had that lead. Well, they took the lead and they had it for most of the game. In fact, at about 10 minutes left, they were up by 15 points. And the way I saw it was Houston is one of the most physical teams in the nation and the best defensive team in the nation. In my opinion, Duke is only second to them in terms of actual true defensive prowess. Duke has the height advantage, big time. Houston center is 6'8". Duke center is 7'2". We'll get into why that's an important piece of information later. I thought that Duke's size would be Houston's downfall, as well as Duke's great offense. And here's what Houston decided to do. They did not want, where is he? Knipple to get the ball. He had 16 points, but most of that came in the first half. He got pretty quiet in the second half. My idea is that they said, you know what, we're going to shut down Knipple. They face guarded him the rest of the night. When we got a screen, it was very hard for us to even get him the ball. I think that was the big key because Knipple is a fantastic guy with the ball. Coming out the ball as well, he moves a lot without the ball. When he gets the ball, he's stuck in that defense. Great pick and roll guy, makes great decisions, great driver, physical, tough. Knipple is the X factor on offense, in my opinion. The offense, when it moves through him, is extremely, extremely fluid. And they said, you know what, we're not letting that happen. We're going to make these guys just drive, go one on one. Because they knew that Houston has the physicality to stop them, and they did. In the last 10 minutes and 35 seconds, Duke made one field goal. One field goal in over 10 minutes. In the final 3:35, they made 0 field goals. And they blew their lead. I was in disbelief. I had never seen something happen in my entire life. And then we go towards the end of the game. Proctor, they start pressing. We get the ball out. We break the press, get the ball to Proctor. Knipple's wide open. Instead of passing to Knipple, our best free throw shooter, who's at like a 91% clip, Proctor keeps the ball. He's a 66% free throw shooter and is also shooting 50% in the tournament. He misses the front end of and one, which means you miss 2 free throws. So that's 2 points we miss out on. And then we are unable to get the ball inbounded. 3 possessions in a row. And Houston wins. We even then had the chance to go tie the game. Get the ball to flag. Everyone in that arena knew it was going to flag. He goes one-on-one with a guy. I believe it was Roberts, 6'8". I believe flags like 6'8" as well. Once he locked him up, he got a close shot, but it was off balance, fade away. Great defense. He missed it. He was tired. You could tell that Duke was very, very tired, and Houston was not. Let me remind you, everyone on that team at Houston, guards, forwards, centers, they all can run. They all can run a mile in about 5 minutes. Houston out physicality Duke, and I was in utter disbelief. Let's go ahead and look into the game here. Both teams shooting around 40%. Duke shot 41% from 3. Houston shot 45%. Free throws, 78%. Houston out-rebounded them. People normally don't out-rebound Duke. They rebounded them by 11. 18 offensive rebounds. 7 turnovers, only 9 turnovers. Flag had himself a great game. Obviously, he was 27 points. He carried the team. Young James. Tough. Knipple had 16 points again. They shut him up. Proctor, 2 of 8, 0 of 4 from 3. Blake Brown had great 14 minutes. I don't know why they did not play him. Isaiah Evans had 1 minute. He had 1 minute. He did not play the entire game. Why in the hell did he not play? Caleb Foster, great defender. While he was not shooting well, he was playing well, in my opinion. Gillis had 6 minutes. Gungba only had 4. Now this is the biggest puzzle piece. Malawal is 7'2". He was playing Dwan Roberts, 6'8". At 7'2", look at this number right here. 0 rebounds. You are a 7'2" center and you get 0 rebounds. Unbelievable. And people are saying that, oh, Duke threw the game away. I don't think that's true. As a Duke fan, I don't think that's true. I think that Houston was more physically tough than them. They had the experience. Duke was a very young team. When the going got tough and the lights were on, and holy shit, this is a game now, they panicked. And they lost. They absolutely panicked. Houston was much more physical, much stronger, and much faster. And they took that game by force. They took it by force. And let's go ahead and look at these stats. LJ Cryer, 26 points, 6 of 9, 3. Sharp was 3 of 7. These guys, I mean, Cryer, unbelievable game for him. Unbelievable game. He could not miss. And he was taking contested threes as well. Like, let's say, for instance, reminds me of the Alabama game. Alabama was getting no open shots, and they were still taking those contested threes and they were missing. If Cryer, let's say Cryer goes 4 of 9, that's 9 more points. Let's say he doesn't make any of those contested threes. Let's say he only goes 3 of 9. That's 12 points. Duke wins. LJ Cryer's shooting also greatly kept Houston in the game. If LJ Cryer had a bad shooting night, Duke is winning this game by 15 or more. And they had that lead at one point. I was like, you know what? I said Duke's going to win by 15. I think they're just too big for them. I think they're too good on offense, even with Houston's defense. And I was right. Until that magical 10 minutes. March Madness. Tip your hats off to Houston, man. What a team. Now, go to the another Duke team with all that talent, and they get nothing. And they went to the Final Four. That's gonna be something. But when you're Duke, it's championship or bust. Let's be real. Didn't get there. Cooper Flag might return. I think he should. Championship game. Now this game, this was the best championship game since North Carolina and Villanova in the game-winning three-point shot. Hands down, bar none. We have not had a championship game like this since then. This was one of the most physical, combative games I've seen ever. There was like 4 technical fouls. Both teams very physically tough. Both teams fighting tooth and nail, punching each other in the mouth. Refused to back down. Very chippy, in your face, in your grill. Let's go to war. And it was a war. The dogs were let loose. Let's look at the stats here. About 40% for Florida, under 35 for Houston. Both teams not shooting that great from 3. 21 free throws for Florida, only 14 for Houston. Florida out-rebounded them by 1. Houston got 15 offensive rebounds. These guys do not stop. We've seen the videos, the clips. Houston knows how to rebound. It's like 5 Dennis Rodmans are out there at once. These guys do not quit on a play, on a ball, period. It's insane to watch them play. 14 assists to only 5. Little suspect there. 13 turnovers for Florida, 9 for Houston. Houston had 2 turnovers the entire game. Till about 5 minutes. They had 7 turnovers now, like the last couple like the last half of the game. Let's go look at the stats, and then we'll come back to turnovers. Walter Clayton Jr. had 2 points from free throws and had 0 field goals with 10 minutes remaining. Sorry, 8 minutes remaining. In 8 minutes, with 8 minutes in the game, he had 2 points, 0 field goals. He then scores 11 points in the final 8 minutes, including some big and ones. Richard, number 5, he had himself a game. He carried them. 18 points, 4 of 7 threes. His threes were huge, by the way. When Houston would start to build that lead, boom, he hit a 3. Let's go ahead and look at Houston. Cryer had 19 points, 4-11 from 3, so not that bad. It's like, if he has this game right here, he shoots like this against Duke, Duke wins by 15. Sharp, another bad shooting night. Uzon, 0 of 4. Houston had a bad shooting night, and they lost. But let's go ahead and pick up here to these turnovers, right? Like I said, 2 turnovers the whole game. Last 5 minutes, they had 7. Houston, at one point, was up by 12. But here comes Florida. Walter Clayton, as we all know, scored 11 points in that 8 minutes. Houston's up by 3. About a minute 30 left. They're up by 3. Florida, boom, takes the lead off of and 1 by Walter Clayton. Free throw, the lead. In Houston's last 3 possessions, here we go. Turnover, turnover, turnover. Last 3 possessions of the game, 3 straight turnovers, including the final play. Let's break down this final play. Florida takes the lead. I can't recall if it was a free throw or just a field goal, but they take the lead. They're up by 2. Houston calls a timeout. They got the play they want to go. Let's go. Do they drive in? Try to get a layup or a shot in the paint, draw a foul. If they miss, time to push the ball up in the air, maybe get offensive rebound, go back up. Or they go for the win. So, ball comes up. I think it's Usman has the ball, passes it to the right side of the wing to OJ Cryer. Here comes a screen. They double him off that screen. They get the ball out of OJ Cryer's hands, which was huge. He's their best player, their threat, in my opinion. They get the ball out of his hands. It's in a back screen, I believe, to Sharp. Houston wants to go for the win. They want to go for a 3. Now they decide to get the ball to Sharp. I think they tried to use Cryer as a decoy, perhaps. I think that's a mistake. I think he should have gone to Cryer. Cryer passes it, forcibly has to pass it because he's getting doubled to Sharp. Sharp looks open. Walter Clayton Jr. jumps about 5 feet, and one of the most amazing contested shots I've seen in my life. Just absolutely sells out his body like a freaking gazelle, like a bat out of hell, to go block that to try and contest that shot. He did such a great job that as Sharp is going up, his hand is in his face. If he shoots it, it's probably going to be blocked or tipped. Instead, he doesn't try to shoot it over him. He comes back down with it. If his feet hit the floor with that ball to travel, he drops it before he hit the fan. Now he dropped it. He cannot pick it up. If he picks it back up, that's a double dribble. So he backs up. He's like, oh shit. He backs up. He puts his arm out, tries to block Walter Clayton. The ball bounces 3 times before players like, holy shit, the ball's bouncing. It's a mad dash. 2 dudes, Florida and Houston, going at it. The Florida guy, the larger guy, gets there first, dives on the ball. Houston didn't even touch the ball. The game ends with his hands in his ball on the floor. Houston does not get a shot off on that final possession. The picture pans to Kelvin Sampson, the head coach. He stands there, hands on his hip, his mouth agape, for like 20 straight seconds. He can't believe that his team just blew this. Like, what the hell just happened? Houston has been to the Final Four 7 times. They've been to the championship 3 times. I think this was their 4th time. And still, the championship eludes them. They were up by 12, and then up by 3 with 1:30 left, and they lose. What? People say, oh, it's a horrible way to end it, but that is just the epitome of the game itself. Hard fought, tough nose, such great defense, they can't even get a shot off. Madness, absolute madness. People saying, oh, every 1 seed made it. It's only the first time that's happened since 2008, by the way. I love this March Madness. I think it was a great year. The best teams got through it. This was I think these 4 teams are the best teams all year. They were dominant all year. And man, this was a great way to end. This game was beautiful to watch. This was beautiful basketball. This was tough, old school, let's go to war basketball, and I loved it. And Florida was the best team in the nation, in my opinion, all year long. Honestly, I thought it was going to be them and Duke. I thought those were the best teams in the nation. That would have been a unbelievable sight to watch those teams duking it out. But that wasn't the case. It was Houston and Florida from the depths of defeat grab glory and win the championship. Walter Clayton Jr. Florida they had no ranked players. Guys, this is the first time in the history of March Madness that both teams, Florida and Houston, had 0 ranked recruits on their teams. Walter Clayton Jr. was a 0 star. No one wanted him. He went to Iona for 2 years. They transferred to Florida and was now, in my opinion, the best offensive player in the nation. In the Elite Eight and the Final Four, he dropped 30 points back to back. Unbelievable ending to his career. Wow. Florida, back on the top of basketball world. And that's how we end March Madness. And I can't wait for next year. It's going to be a doozy. How will Houston respond next year? Can Florida maintain this pressure of championship? Can they run it back, be a good team again? Will UConn come back to prominence? How will Duke respond? With the Boozer twins coming in, what about Cooper Flag if he returns? Or anyone else returns? So many unanswered questions, so we're going to have to wait. And it's going to be rough. I'm going to miss college basketball. But what a way to end the year. Not the way I wanted to, but man, what a game. What a beautiful game. That being said, guys, please subscribe if you enjoyed these videos, this March Madness. It's my recaps and my favorite series that we do. I just love, sharing my passion for the game with my YouTube audience, big or small, one view or 10 or 15 or 20 or what 100, however many. I just enjoy sharing it. I think next year I will definitely 100% be doing live streams, so I will be live commentating the game. So be sure to follow my Twitch. I will be live streaming and commentating games as if I'm like an announcer. It's going to be really fun. You guys could tune in and check in next year. Get ready for that. I might even start out doing NBA playoff games. Finals might do that. Definitely will do that. Get some experience in my belt. Um, Video games coming up. Repo. Been playing that with friends. Had a blast. I have not done a Star Wars Old Republic video for my smuggler, and I think over a week I haven't even played the game since March 25th. I do apologize about that. It's been busy with life. I will get back to that. But that's it. Today's video. That's it for March Madness. It's over. Magical ride. The one shining moment. We had it. It was Florida. Subscribe for more content, more gaming content, more sports content. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Support. I always appreciate the support. As always, this is E33 signing out. Stay frosty.